In the vast sun-drenched plains of Africa's Serengeti, a timeless drama unfolds, one written not in words, but in the silent language of survival. This is a kingdom where power is everything, and the rule is simple: dominate or perish. For the lion, every dawn brings a new set of challenges, each more demanding than the last. For nearly a decade, a magnificent old lion named Titan had reigned supreme. His mane, streaked with the dust and scars of countless battles, was a testament to the burdens he carried. His roar was the law of the land, a sound that echoed across the grasslands and sent a shiver through every living creature. Yet, behind that thunderous call lay the weight of responsibility, an unending vigilance that never allowed him to rest. Titan was more than a ruler. He was a guardian, a father, and a provider. His presence brought order to the pride, his strength a shield against the chaos of the wild. Each day he patrolled the boundaries of his territory, marking the land with his scent, warning intruders with his presence. The threat of rival males was ever present, and Titan's life was a cycle of relentless defense, his senses always alert, his body always ready for battle. But time, the most relentless of foes, waits for no king. The golden grasses of the savanna whisper secrets of change, and the sun's passage marks the slow erosion of even the greatest strength. The winds of change began to blow with the arrival of a younger, more powerful lion named Scar. His approach was silent, but his intentions were unmistakable. Scar was the embodiment of savage youth, his muscles coiled with raw energy, his eyes burning with an unquenchable thirst for power. He watched Titan not with respect, but with the cold calculation of a usurper. Scar did not see a venerable ruler in Titan. He saw only an obstacle, a fading king whose time was over. The pride, too, sensed the tension, their lives hanging in the balance as the two males sized each other up. Their inevitable confrontation was not just a fight between two lions. It was a clash of generations, a battle between seasoned experience and brutal ambition. The pride watched in anxious silence, knowing that the outcome would shape their future. The air crackled with tension as they circled one another, the fate of the pride hanging precariously in the balance, a silent audience of zebras and gazelles watching from a safe distance. Even the prey understood the gravity of this moment. The ensuing battle was a brutal spectacle of tooth and claw. Dust rose in swirling clouds as the two lions collided, each blow a testament to their will to survive. Titan, despite his age, fought with the heart of a true king. Every scar on his body was a memory, every wound a lesson. He drew on a decade of experience and a deep-seated will to protect his legacy. He met Scar's ferocious attacks with a courage born from countless victories. His mind raced with strategies, feints, sidesteps, and sudden bursts of power honed over years of survival. However, the raw, untamed strength of his younger challenger proved to be overwhelming. Scar's attacks were relentless, his energy seemingly endless. Scar's savage youth and relentless assault eventually wore down the old king's aged muscles. Titan's breath grew ragged, his movements slower, the weight of his years finally catching up to him. With a final, decisive blow, the throne was seized. Scar stood victorious, his dominance unquestioned, his future as king secured. Defeated and broken, Titan was forced to walk away from everything he had ever known, his territory, his lionesses, and his cubs. The pain of loss was not just physical, but emotional, a silent ache that lingered as he disappeared into the rising sun, his legacy uncertain. With Titan gone, a new era began under the reign of Scar. The pride adjusted to their new leader, their lives shaped by his temperament and his rule. The balance of power had shifted, and every animal in the kingdom felt the change. The wildebeest and antelope, ever watchful, sensed the new order and the uncertainty it brought. The new king's rule was one built on brute force and a constant need to prove his dominance. Scar patrolled his territory with ruthless efficiency, driving off rivals and asserting his claim at every opportunity. The story of Titan and Scar is a powerful reminder of the harsh realities of life in the wild. Every day is a test, every night a gamble, and every victory comes at a cost. It is a cycle of life, death, and succession that has played out on these ancient plains for millennia. The burdens of leadership are heavy, and the emotional toll is as real as any wound. Here, in the heart of Africa, a crown is not inherited, it is won through strength, and it is held only as long as that strength endures. The lion's burden is not just to rule, but to survive, to protect, and to endure the loneliness that comes with power. The Serengeti's kingdom is a savage one, and the fight for territory is a battle that never truly ends. Each lion carries the weight of his pride, his land, and his legacy, until the day another rises to take his place. As the first light spills across the endless grasslands, the Serengeti awakens to a world shaped by silent battles and clever strategies. Here, beyond the thunderous drama of lion prides, a host of cunning hunters prowl, each with their own secrets for survival, each locked in a delicate dance with both prey and rival. The leopard, solitary and elusive, is the embodiment of patience and precision. Unlike the lions that rule by force, the leopard rules by wit, slipping through the tall grass unseen, its every step calculated. Its dappled coat is more than beautiful, it is a cloak of invisibility. The leopard weaves through thickets and shadows, vanishing into the landscape, watching and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. With a body built for both stealth and strength, the leopard is a silent assassin. It can stalk for hours, muscles coiled, senses tuned to the faintest rustle or scent on the wind. When opportunity arises, the leopard explodes from cover, a blur of speed and power. In seconds it closes the gap, relying on surprise and a crushing bite to the throat. The hunt is swift, but never guaranteed. One misstep, and the prey escapes, leaving the hunter hungry. Even after a successful kill, the leopard's challenges are far from over. The scent of blood draws competitors, lions, hyenas, even opportunistic jackals, each eager to steal the prize. To outwit these rivals, the leopard performs a feat of astonishing strength and agility, hauling its kill, sometimes heavier than itself, high into the branches of a tree. Here, it creates a larder in the sky, safe from most thieves. In the solitude of the treetops, the leopard feasts in peace, but always with one eye on the horizon. Vultures circle above, and the ever-watchful hyenas patrol below, hoping for a dropped morsel. The leopard's presence ripples through the ecosystem. Grazing herds grow restless at the faintest hint of its shadow, and even other predators respect its territory. Yet the leopard must constantly adapt, shifting hunting grounds, changing tactics, and sometimes clashing with other leopards over prime territory. As dusk falls, the leopard resumes its silent patrol, a ghost in the gathering darkness. Its power is felt, not heard, a reminder that in the Serengeti, survival belongs to those who master both strength and subtlety. In contrast, the spotted hyena brings a different kind of cunning to the plains. Their infamous laughter echoes across the grasslands, a signal to clan members and a warning to rivals. These vocalizations are a complex language, calls that coordinate hunts, rally the clan, or assert dominance. Each sound carries meaning, shaping the social fabric of the hyena world. Though often dismissed as scavengers, hyenas are among the savanna's most effective hunters. Their tactics rely on endurance and cooperation, chasing prey over long distances until exhaustion brings it down. In the chaos of a hunt, the clan works as one, flanking, herding, and isolating the weakest members of a herd. Their teamwork is relentless and their stamina unmatched. At the heart of every clan is a matriarch, a dominant female whose leadership shapes the group's fortunes. Social bonds are forged and tested daily, with alliances shifting as individuals vie for status and access to food. When the rains fail and prey grows scarce, hyenas turn to scavenging, their powerful jaws and iron stomachs allowing them to consume what others cannot. In these lean times, every scrap is contested, and survival depends on both strength and cunning. Their jaws can shatter bones with ease, extracting nourishment from marrow and gristle. Nothing is wasted, and even the toughest remains are devoured, leaving little for the vultures. In this way, hyenas serve as the Serengeti's sanitation crew, preventing disease and recycling nutrients back into the land. Their role is vital, though often overlooked. As night deepens, the hyena's laughter rises again, a chorus that speaks of survival, rivalry, and the unending contest for life. In the Serengeti, every hunter faces challenges, shifting alliances, fierce competition, and the ever-present threat of hunger. Yet, through intelligence and adaptability, these cunning predators endure, shaping the fate of the wild kingdom they call home. Each year, the Serengeti is transformed by a force of nature so immense it seems to reshape the very land itself. This is the Great Migration, an unstoppable tide of life, a living river of hooves and horns that surges across the endless plains. Driven by the relentless search for fresh grazing and water, more than 1.2 million wildebeest, joined by hundreds of thousands of zebras, set out on a journey that spans nearly 2,000 miles. Their path is ancient, carved by instinct and the memory of generations past, winding through grasslands, woodlands, and rivers in a never-ending cycle. The migration is dictated by the pulse of the seasons. As the rains fall, the plains erupt in a burst of green, drawing the herds forward. When the land dries and the grass withers, the animals are compelled onward, always chasing the promise of life-giving nourishment. But this journey is a crucible. Every step is shadowed by danger. Exhaustion gnaws at the weakest, and the ever-present threat of predators stalks the herds. Lions, the silent rulers of the savanna, wait in the tall grass, ready to strike at the vulnerable and the weary. Yet no challenge is more daunting than the Mara River. Here, the migration faces its greatest trial, a barrier of churning water that must be crossed no matter the cost. The Mara, swollen by seasonal rains, becomes a torrent of mud and foam. Its banks are steep, its currents swift and unforgiving. For many, the river is a final test of endurance and courage. Beneath the surface, ancient predators lie in wait. The Nile crocodile, silent, motionless, a living relic of prehistory, rules these waters with absolute authority. These giants, some stretching 20 feet and weighing over a ton, possess jaws capable of crushing bone with a force 3 times greater than a lion's. Their patience is legendary. They can wait for days, unmoving, for the perfect moment to strike. As the herds gather at the river's edge, tension mounts. The animals sense the danger, but thirst and the promise of green grass on the far bank drive them forward. The crocodiles, perfectly camouflaged, bide their time, knowing desperation will soon force the crossing. When the first wildebeest leaps, the dam breaks, the herd surges into the water, hooves churning, bodies colliding, the river explodes into chaos. Crocodiles lunge from the depths, jaws snapping as panic and predation intertwine in a violent ballet of survival. Not all creatures are swept up in this maelstrom. Some, like the antelopes grazing at a distance, watch the drama unfold, their own survival strategies keeping them far from the river's deadly embrace. The Grant's gazelle, for example, has evolved a remarkable adaptation. Unlike the great herds, it is not bound to the river's edge. These elegant antelopes draw all the moisture they need from the plants they consume, freeing them from the perilous crossings and allowing them to thrive on the open plains. As the great herds move on, the gazelles remain, feasting on the fresh shoots left in the wake of the migration, their lives intertwined with the rhythm of the land. But even here, danger is never far. The cheetah, the fastest land animal on earth, stalks the plains. With explosive acceleration, it chases down the swiftest gazelles, a contest of speed and agility that leaves no room for error. As October arrives, the short rains return. Parched earth drinks deeply, and the savanna is reborn. Grass springs up in a vibrant carpet, nourishing all who remain. The herds, battered but unbroken, find respite in the renewed abundance. The harshest phase of their odyssey is over, and the land offers a brief moment of peace. By December, as the dry season looms once more, the great herds complete their epic circuit. They return to the southern plains, where new life begins. Calves are born, fragile and unsteady, yet destined to join the next migration. The Mara River, now calm, bears silent witness to the struggle and sacrifice. Its waters are richer for the lives lost, sustaining the crocodiles that wait for the next surge of life. The migration is nature's ultimate testament to endurance, adaptation, and the raw, untamed power that shapes this savage kingdom. Here, survival is earned, and every creature is bound to the unstoppable tide. As the rains fade and the relentless sun scorches the earth, the Serengeti undergoes a dramatic transformation. The once verdant plains, lush and teeming with life, begin to wither beneath the weight of the deepening dry season. The emerald grasses surrender to the sun, turning brittle and gold, while the soil cracks and thirsts for relief. Every living creature feels the tightening grip of drought, and the landscape itself seems to hold its breath. In this time of scarcity, life converges on the last remaining waterholes. Herds of wildebeest, zebras, and antelope move with purpose, their instincts guiding them across the parched earth to these precious oases. The waterholes become crowded theaters of survival, where the boundaries between predator and prey blur. Here, the desperate need for water overrides ancient rivalries, and animals gather in uneasy proximity, each one acutely aware of the others. Sworn enemies, lions and antelope, hyenas and zebras, stand shoulder to shoulder, their usual hostilities subdued by the overwhelming necessity of water. Every movement is cautious, every glance weighted with tension, as the truce is fragile and fleeting. The air is thick with anticipation, ears flick, tails swish, and eyes dart nervously. Even as they drink, animals remain alert, ready to flee at the slightest sign of danger. The waterhole is a place of both relief and risk. Among the most imposing visitors are the Cape buffalo. Their massive herds move as one, a wall of muscle and horn that commands respect from all others at the water's edge. The buffalo plunge into the muddy water, their hooves churning up clouds of dust. Calves huddle close to their mothers, while dominant bulls keep a watchful eye on the crowd, ready to defend the herd at a moment's notice. They wallow in the thick mud, coating their hides to shield themselves from biting insects and the relentless sun. This ritual not only cools their bodies, but also strengthens the bonds within the herd. Despite their declining numbers, the Cape buffalo's presence is a testament to unity and resilience. Their collective strength is on full display, a formidable force in the struggle for survival. Yet, even the buffalo must yield when the true giants arrive. African elephants, the undisputed titans of the savanna, make their entrance with a quiet authority that clears a path through the throng. With their immense size and insatiable thirst, elephants can drain a waterhole in hours. Each adult may consume up to 80 gallons a day, and their trunks work tirelessly, drawing up water and showering their bodies to cool off. But elephants are more than just drinkers, they are architects of the ecosystem. Their powerful trunks and tusks break branches, dig into the earth, and shape the very landscape around the waterhole. When the surface water vanishes, elephants use their strength and intelligence to dig deep into dry riverbeds, unearthing hidden reserves of water. Their efforts create wells that sustain life long after the rains have gone. These elephant-dug wells become lifelines for countless other species. Zebras, warthogs, and antelope gather gratefully, drinking from the pools revealed by the elephant's labor, an unspoken act of generosity that ripples through the ecosystem. In this way, elephants shape the fate of the savanna, their actions echoing through every level of the food chain. The waterhole becomes a living testament to the interconnectedness of all who depend on it. Yet, these gentle giants face grave threats. Poaching and habitat loss have left scars on their bodies and their numbers, casting a shadow over the future of the water hole and all who gather here. Moving quietly on the fringes, the black rhino approaches. Solitary and ancient, the rhino's presence is both a rarity and a reminder of the wild's enduring mysteries. Rhinos are fiercely territorial, able to survive for days on the moisture from leaves alone, but even they are eventually drawn to the shrinking pools, their caution evident in every measured step. Against the odds, the Serengeti's rhino population has rebounded, a testament to relentless conservation efforts. Calves now walk beside their mothers, a symbol of hope in a landscape shaped by struggle. But the waterhole is a stage for drama as well as peace. When a solitary rhino's path is blocked by a herd of elephants, a silent standoff ensues, each animal weighing its need against the risk of confrontation. These tense encounters are a stark reminder that even in moments of truce, the hierarchy of the wild is ever present. The waterhole is a place of unity and conflict, of life and death, a crucible where the fate of the savanna is decided, drop by precious drop. Far from the sun-scorched plains of Africa lies another vast and unforgiving kingdom, the Arctic. Here, the world is sculpted by ice and wind, a realm where the sun barely rises for months on end, and temperatures can plunge to unimaginable lows. This is a land of extremes, where the landscape is both breathtaking and brutal. The snow and ice stretch endlessly, reflecting the pale light and creating a world of stark, frozen beauty. Yet beneath this serene surface, life is locked in a daily struggle for survival. Every creature here is a master of adaptation. Fur grows thick and dense, pores widen to act as snowshoes, and bodies are built to conserve precious heat. In the Arctic, survival is a relentless contest against the cold, the wind, and the scarcity of food. But this ancient kingdom faces a new and formidable threat. The ice, which has defined the Arctic for millennia, is vanishing at a pace never before seen. Climate change is warming the Arctic at twice the global average, causing the sea ice, the very foundation of this ecosystem, to shrink by an estimated 13% each decade. The once solid platform is now fractured and unstable. For the animals that call this place home, the rapid transformation is a test of endurance and ingenuity. Each year the ice melts earlier and forms later, squeezing the window of opportunity for hunting, breeding, and raising young. At the top of this frozen hierarchy stands the polar bear, the undisputed ruler of the Arctic. With a body built for power and insulation, it is the largest land predator on Earth, perfectly engineered for life on the ice. A fully grown male can stand nearly 10 feet tall and weigh over 1,500 pounds. Its thick fur and a layer of blubber, up to 4 inches deep, shield it from the biting cold, while its massive paws distribute weight to prevent it from breaking through thin ice. The polar bear is a solitary hunter, relying on a sense of smell so acute it can detect a seal nearly 20 miles away, even beneath thick layers of snow and ice. Its patience is legendary, waiting motionless for hours by a seal's breathing hole. The sea ice is its hunting ground, a shifting platform from which it stalks its primary prey, seals. Without this ice, the polar bear's way of life is impossible. Seals make up 90% of the polar bear's diet, providing the high-fat energy needed to survive the relentless cold. Each successful hunt is a triumph of skill and adaptation, but as the ice retreats, hunting becomes ever more perilous. Bears are forced to swim longer distances, risking exhaustion and starvation as their hunting season grows shorter each year. The seals themselves, ringed, bearded, and harp, are vital links in the Arctic food web. Each species has evolved to exploit the ice in its own way, using it for rest, refuge, and the rearing of their young. Beneath the ice, seals are agile hunters, preying on fish and mollusks in the frigid, nutrient-rich waters. Their streamlined bodies and thick blubber allow them to thrive where few others can. The ice is their nursery, a safe haven for mothers to nurse their pups and teach them the skills of survival before they venture into the icy depths. Lower on the food chain, the Arctic fox is a master of survival. Its thick, multi-layered coat insulates against the cold, while its keen senses and nimble movements make it a formidable hunter and scavenger. The Arctic fox's fur changes with the seasons, from pure white in winter to mottled brown in summer, providing perfect camouflage against both snow and tundra. This remarkable adaptation allows it to remain invisible to both prey and predators. Resourceful and opportunistic, the Arctic fox often trails polar bears, scavenging the remains of their kills. In this harsh environment, nothing is wasted and every scrap of food is vital. The great herds of reindeer or caribou are the lifeblood of the tundra. Each year, they embark on epic migrations, traveling thousands of miles across snow and ice in search of food, shaping the very landscape with their passage. Their presence sustains entire ecosystems. Wolves follow the herds, relying on them as their primary food source, while the caribou's grazing patterns influence the growth of Arctic vegetation. Beneath the ice, the Arctic Ocean teems with life. Beluga whales, known as the canaries of the sea, communicate with a symphony of sounds, while the elusive narwhal glides through the frigid waters, its spiraled tusk a mystery of evolution. In this interconnected web, every species depends on the ice and on each other. As the foundation of their world melts away, the delicate balance of Arctic life is threatened, and the struggle for survival grows ever more desperate. Here, adaptation is not just a trait, it is the very essence of life in the Arctic. The first drops fall with a promise, tapping out a rhythm on the parched earth. For months the savanna has waited, its grass is brittle, its soil cracked, and its creatures driven to the edge of endurance. But now the sky opens and the transformation begins. The rain pours down in sheets, soaking deep into the thirsty ground. Within days, the landscape is reborn. Dusty plains are replaced by a lush emerald carpet, and waterholes swell into shimmering lakes, drawing life from every corner of the savanna. Across the horizon, great herds of wildebeest and zebra appear, their migration guided by the scent of rain and the promise of fresh grazing. They move in unison, hooves pounding the softened earth, as antelope, buffalo, and elephants join the procession, all drawn to the life-giving water. The rainy season is a time of renewal. Newborn antelope wobble on unsteady legs, elephant calves splash in muddy pools, and the air is filled with the calls of birds. Everywhere life is bursting forth, eggs hatch, nests are built, and the next generation takes its place in the cycle. In the flooded wetlands, the African jacana glides across floating lily pads, its impossibly long toes spreading its weight so evenly that it seems to walk on water. This delicate bird is perfectly adapted to its watery world, searching for insects and snails among the leaves. The jacana's world is one of reversed roles. The larger female rules over a territory, while several smaller males tend to her eggs and chicks, carefully guarding floating nests from the dangers that lurk beneath the surface. Along the water's edge, the grey heron stands like a statue, its neck coiled and eyes fixed on the rippling surface. It waits, motionless, for the perfect moment, then, in a flash, its beak darts forward, snaring a fish or frog with unerring precision. The heron's patience is rewarded time and again, as the wetlands teem with new life. Each strike is a testament to the delicate balance between predator and prey, a dance repeated countless times across the flooded plains. In contrast, the grey-crowned crane is a flurry of motion. It wades through the shallows, stomping its feet to flush out insects and frogs, its golden crown gleaming in the sunlight. Each step is purposeful, each movement a strategy for survival. Towering above the reeds, the saddle-billed stork, stalks the shallows. With every deliberate stride, its massive beak probes the water, hunting not by sight, but by touch, snapping shut the instant it senses the movement of a hidden fish. All around, the wetlands pulse with activity. Jacanas, herons, cranes, and storks, each species plays its part in this grand spectacle of renewal. The rainy season's gift is not just water, but the promise of life, woven into every blade of grass and every beating heart that calls the savanna home. In the far reaches of the western Pacific, the Philippines rises from the ocean, a sprawling archipelago of more than 7,000 islands, each one a testament to the raw power of volcanic creation and the ceaseless sculpting of the sea. Here, land and water intertwine in a mosaic of emerald forests, jagged peaks, and intricate coastlines, forming a living laboratory of evolution. This nation is recognized as one of Earth's 17 megadiverse countries, a sanctuary where the boundaries of life are constantly redrawn. Its rainforests, mangroves, and coral reefs shelter a staggering array of species, many of which exist nowhere else on the planet. Isolation has been the architect of the Philippines' biological marvels. Over millennia, species have diverged and adapted, giving rise to a spectacular menagerie of endemic creatures, each one a product of the island's unique pressures and opportunities. From the mist-laden rainforests that cloak volcanic slopes to the kaleidoscopic coral gardens that fringe the islands, life here has evolved to fill every conceivable niche. In these tangled jungles and vibrant reefs, competition and cooperation shape the destinies of countless species. Above the emerald canopy, the Philippine eagle reigns supreme. This apex predator, with its regal crest and piercing gaze, is a living relic of the archipelago's ancient forests. With only a few hundred individuals left in the wild, the Philippine eagle is not only a symbol of national pride, but also a poignant reminder of the fragility of these ecosystems. Its survival is intricately tied to the fate of the forests it calls home. Nicknamed the monkey-eating eagle, it commands the skies with a wingspan stretching over 7 feet. Its vision is so acute it can detect the faintest movement in the dense foliage below, allowing it to hunt elusive prey such as flying lemurs and monkeys, key players in the forest's intricate web of life. As a keystone species, the eagle's predatory role helps regulate populations, maintaining the delicate balance that sustains the forest's diversity. Its presence is a testament to the health of the ecosystem, a silent guardian of the wild. As twilight descends, the forest transforms. Shadows lengthen, and a new cast of characters emerges to claim the night. Among the most enchanting is the Philippine tarsier, a diminutive primate, no larger than a human hand, whose enormous eyes gleam in the darkness. These eyes, the largest relative to body size of any mammal, are perfectly adapted for nocturnal life. They gather every available photon, granting the tarsier an unparalleled ability to hunt insects in the inky blackness. Yet the tarsier's vision is only part of its evolutionary story. Unable to move its eyes, it has developed the remarkable ability to swivel its head a full 180 degrees, scanning for both prey and lurking predators without betraying its presence. But this delicate specialist is now imperiled. Habitat loss and the illegal pet trade threaten to silence its haunting calls, unraveling a thread in the intricate tapestry of the forest. The archipelago's wonders extend far beyond its iconic eagle and tarsier. Each island harbors its own suite of endemic marvels, shaped by isolation and the relentless forces of natural selection. In the grasslands of Mindoro, the tamarau, a rare dwarf buffalo, clings to survival, its numbers dwindling to just a few hundred. In the forests of Palawan, the peacock pheasant dazzles with iridescent plumage, a living jewel hidden in the undergrowth. Even the flora here are extraordinary, carnivorous pitcher plants evolved to thrive in nutrient-poor soils, lure and digest insects, blurring the line between plant and predator in the relentless quest for survival. Each island is a crucible of evolution, nurturing species found nowhere else. These endemic treasures are living proof of the power and creativity of isolation, and of the intricate relationships that bind all life together. Yet this abundance is fragile. Deforestation, habitat fragmentation, and invasive species threaten to unravel the delicate balance that has taken millennia to achieve. The fate of these unique treasures hangs in the balance, a poignant reminder of the urgent need to protect the Philippines' irreplaceable natural heritage. From the vast sun-drenched savannas of Africa, where herds of antelope graze beneath the watchful eyes of lions and elephants roam ancient migratory paths, to the scattered emerald isles of the Pacific, where volcanic peaks rise from turquoise waters and coral reefs pulse with life, a profound truth emerges. Nature is a web of connections, each thread woven with purpose and precision. Every ecosystem, from dense forests to arid deserts, is a living network of relationships, both visible and hidden. No creature, no matter how solitary it may seem, truly exists alone. Each life is bound to countless others by invisible ties. Every plant, every animal, every patch of earth and drop of water is part of a vast, intricate web, a food web, a network of energy and nutrients, a tapestry of survival. Here, the fate of one species is often entwined with the fortunes of another. Predators shape the herds they hunt, while prey influence the very landscape through their grazing and movement. Nowhere is this delicate balance more vivid than in the world's oceans, where life forms a living mosaic of interdependence. In the Verde Island Passage of the Philippines, a channel renowned as the epicenter of marine biodiversity, the ocean's secrets are revealed in dazzling color. Here, coral reefs teem with life, thousands of species, each playing a role in the survival of the whole. This is a metropolis of the sea, where every inhabitant is both neighbor and competitor. Schools of fish weave through coral towers, their movements orchestrated by the presence of predators and the promise of food. Countless species interact in a complex ballet, some in harmony, others in rivalry, all contributing to the reef's resilience. Among these, symbiotic relationships stand out, remarkable partnerships where two species become essential to each other's survival. Some fish act as sentinels for burrowing shrimp, warning of danger in exchange for a safe home. Others, like the cleaner wrasse, pick parasites from the scales of larger fish, earning a meal and trust. The classic example is the clownfish and the sea anemone, a partnership forged in the crucible of evolution. The clownfish, protected by a special mucus, weaves through the anemone's venomous tentacles, immune to their sting. Here, it finds sanctuary from prowling predators, safe within the anemone's lethal embrace. In return, the clownfish defends its host, darting out to chase away butterfly fish that would nibble the anemone's delicate tentacles. It also cleans away debris, keeping the anemone healthy, a silent pact, honored every day. Elsewhere, a hermit crab carries a sea anemone on its shell, a living shield, bristling with stinging tentacles. The crab carefully places the anemone, ensuring its own protection as it scours the seafloor for food. Predators think twice before attacking, wary of the anemone's sting. In return, the anemone is ferried to new feeding grounds, expanding its reach with every step the crab takes. But the web of connection stretches even further. The whale shark, a gentle giant, glides through the blue, trailed by clouds of smaller fish. At up to 40 feet long, it is the largest fish in the sea, yet it feeds on the smallest of creatures. With its cavernous mouth agape, the whale shark filters plankton and tiny fish from the water, consuming thousands with every pass. Its feeding shapes the abundance and movement of plankton, which in turn sustains countless other species. The presence of the whale shark ripples through the food web, influencing the lives of creatures both great and small. Plankton, though microscopic, form the foundation of the marine food chain, nourishing everything from tiny fish to massive whales. Their fate is tied to the rhythms of ocean currents and the subtle shifts in temperature, forces that connect the smallest life to the planet's climate. Thus, the largest fish and the tiniest plankton are bound together, each dependent on the other, each a link in a global chain. This chain stretches across continents and oceans, connecting the fate of marine giants to the pulse of the planet itself. In the Red Sea, where warm, salty waters shimmer beneath a desert sun, the web of life is equally intricate. Here, unique species thrive in challenging conditions, each adapted to survive and support the ecosystem. Anthias fish form vibrant harems, each group led by a single dominant male, while the rest are female. If the male disappears, the group's balance is threatened, but nature has a solution. The strongest female transforms, changing sex to become the new leader, ensuring the harem's survival and the continuity of the species. This transformation is a testament to the adaptability and resilience woven into the fabric of life. On the reef, cleaner shrimp establish stations, waving their antennae to advertise their services. Larger fish, even formidable predators, approach and wait their turn, trusting the tiny shrimp to remove parasites and dead skin. Groupers and other hunters become clients, submitting to the gentle ministrations of their cleaners. The shrimp crawl over their bodies, picking away pests, while the fish remain still, resisting every predatory instinct. Both benefit, one is cleansed, the other is fed. These unseen interactions are the glue that holds ecosystems together. From the tension between predator and prey to the trust between host and cleaner, every relationship is a vital thread. Together, these threads form the magnificent, intricate tapestry of life, a living masterpiece, ever-changing, ever-connected, and endlessly wondrous. In the heart of the wild, a new chapter is unfolding, one defined by the remarkable resilience of animals and the slow, steady recovery of ecosystems once pushed to the brink. Against the backdrop of adversity, nature's inhabitants are writing their own stories of survival, adaptation, and hope. Across continents, animal populations, once decimated by poaching, habitat loss, and drought, are beginning to rebound. Lionesses teach their cubs the ancient ways of the hunt. Elephants form protective circles around their young, and wild dogs, masters of cooperation, reclaim lost territories. In the Serengeti, black rhinos, once on the edge of extinction, now graze alongside their calves, a testament to their tenacity. Cheetah mothers vigilantly guard their litters, while buffalo herds return to waterholes that have been replenished by seasonal rains. In the oceans, the struggle for survival is equally fierce. Whales traverse ancient migratory routes, their songs echoing through the deep. Sea turtles, survivors of countless millennia, glide above coral gardens that are slowly recovering from bleaching events. Fish populations, once depleted, begin to flourish in protected sanctuaries. In the world's rainforests, the return of native trees brings new life. Rare birds reclaim their nesting grounds and monkeys swing through the canopy, their calls a sign of a forest reborn. Each new sapling, each returning species, marks a step toward ecosystem recovery. In the Philippines, the mighty Philippine eagle soars once more above young forests, while the elusive tarsier finds sanctuary in the shade of new growth. Even the secretive clouded leopard, long unseen, leaves fresh tracks in the undergrowth. Beneath the waves, the coral triangle pulses with renewed life. Manta rays glide over reefs alive with color, and octopuses weave through coral branches, their presence a sign of a recovering marine world. Even in the planet's coldest reaches, resilience endures. Arctic foxes hunt across the tundra, polar bears adapt to shifting ice, and caribou herds press onward, their migrations a timeless testament to survival. The smallest signs of recovery are often the most profound. Saplings push through the earth, wildflowers bloom where none grew before, and pollinators return, weaving the threads of life back together. These stories of resilience and renewal are a testament to the enduring power of nature. Endangered animals thrive in habitats once thought lost, young are born into a world of new possibility, and ancient cycles begin anew. The struggle for survival continues, but with every sunrise, hope grows stronger. The wild kingdoms of our planet are not only surviving, they are beginning to flourish once more, writing a new chapter of hope for generations yet to come. As dusk settles across the savanna, a transformation begins. The blazing heat of the day gives way to cool shadows, and the world shifts into a realm ruled by the night. While many animals seek shelter and rest, a new caste of hunters awakens, nocturnal predators, masters of stealth and adaptation, whose lives unfold beneath the cover of darkness. In the moonlit grasslands, the African leopard emerges from its hiding place. Silent and solitary, it glides through the undergrowth, its rosette-patterned fur blending seamlessly with the dappled shadows. Unlike their daytime counterparts, leopards rely on acute night vision, eyes specially adapted to capture even the faintest glimmer of starlight. Every movement is calculated, every step placed with precision, as they stalk their prey with patience and unrivaled stealth. Nearby, a pride of lions stirs. Though famous for their daytime prowess, lions are formidable hunters after sunset. The darkness grants them an advantage. Their eyes contain a reflective layer, the tapetum lucidum, amplifying available light and turning the night into a landscape of opportunity. Working together, they fan out, using low growls and subtle signals to coordinate their approach. The air is thick with tension as they close in on an unsuspecting herd. In the open plains, the spotted hyena begins its patrol. Often misunderstood, hyenas are cunning hunters in their own right. Their sense of hearing is extraordinary, capable of detecting the faintest rustle or distant cry. Under the cover of darkness, hyenas communicate with haunting whoops and giggles, rallying their clan for a coordinated attack or an opportunistic raid on another predator's kill. Elsewhere, the serval cat prowls through tall grasses. Slender and agile, it relies on enormous ears to pinpoint the slightest movement, every rustle betraying the presence of a rodent or bird. With a lightning-fast leap, the serval pounces, its long legs propelling it high above the ground, ensuring no prey escapes its grasp. Yet the night brings as many challenges as it does advantages. The cover of darkness hides dangers as well as opportunities. Nocturnal predators must navigate unfamiliar terrain, avoid larger rivals, and contend with the ever-present risk of injury. A single misstep can mean starvation. An unsuccessful hunt leaves them hungry, vulnerable, and exposed. But it is in this world of shadows that the savanna's most elusive dramas unfold. Each predator is a specialist, honed by generations of adaptation to the darkness. Their secret lives are revealed only to those who linger after sunset, when the savanna whispers its most ancient stories. As dawn approaches, the hunters retreat to their lairs, their night's work done. The savanna shifts once more, as the balance of life and death is maintained by those who rule the darkness. Nature's silent and unseen guardians. As the first rays of dawn shimmer across the African wetlands, a hidden world stirs beneath the water's surface, a realm as dynamic and perilous as any on land. Here the drama of survival unfolds in near silence, cloaked beneath a rippling veil. Beneath the floating mats of water lilies, the Nile crocodile reigns supreme. Ancient and patient, these formidable predators glide with barely a ripple, their eyes and nostrils just breaking the surface. With explosive speed, a crocodile lunges, seizing an unwary antelope that ventured too close to drink. The struggle is brief, the water closes in, muffling the chaos, as the predator disappears with its prize. But the crocodile is not the only hunter in these murky depths. The African tigerfish, sleek and muscular, darts through the channels, its razor-sharp teeth flashing as it ambushes unsuspecting schools of tilapia. Every movement is a calculated risk, prey and predator locked in an endless cycle of pursuit and escape. Along the muddy banks, a pod of hippos emerges, grazing on aquatic plants by night, and returning to the cool embrace of the water by day. Though herbivores, their immense size and powerful jaws command respect. Even crocodiles keep their distance from these titans, whose presence shapes the wetlands' delicate balance. In the tangled roots below, shoals of cichlids, each species a burst of colour and pattern, navigate a labyrinth of hiding places. Some cichlids guard their eggs fiercely, others practice mouth-brooding, sheltering their young within their jaws until the fry are ready to fend for themselves. Every crevice hides a story of survival, competition, and adaptation. Above, graceful jacanas tiptoe across floating vegetation, their long toes spreading their weight as they search for insects and snails. Kingfishers hover and dive with pinpoint accuracy, snatching small fish from the shallows before retreating to overhanging branches. Yet the wetlands are a world of constant change. Seasonal floods reshape the landscape, expanding and contracting the boundaries of life. Each creature, from the stealthy crocodile to the tiniest aquatic insect, plays a vital role in maintaining balance. Predator and prey, plant and animal, all are bound together in a web of interdependence, where even the smallest disturbance can ripple across the entire ecosystem. As the sun climbs higher, the surface shimmers with promise and peril. The secrets of the wetlands remain hidden from casual eyes, revealed only to those who look beneath the rippling veil, a world where every life hangs in delicate balance, and every day is a test of adaptation and resilience. In the golden haze of the savanna, a new drama unfolds, not of teeth and claws, but of wisdom and kinship. Here, beneath the spreading acacias, elephant herds move with quiet purpose, guided by the steady leadership of their matriarch. She is the oldest and wisest female, a living memory of decades past, and the beating heart of her family. Every movement of the herd is orchestrated through her experience. With a gentle rumble, she signals the path to water, a subtle flick of her trunk warning of hidden danger. Her knowledge, passed down from matriarchs before her, holds the secrets of distant watering holes, ancient migration routes, and safe havens, known only to the oldest elephants. Communication within the herd is a symphony of sound and gesture. Low-frequency rumbles travel for miles beneath the ground, invisible to human ears, binding distant family members together. Flapping ears, entwined trunks, and gentle nudges speak volumes, expressions of comfort, reassurance, or playful affection. When a calf strays too far, a chorus of soft trumpets calls it back into the fold. The emotional bonds among elephants run deep. Mothers, daughters, sisters, and aunts support each other through every challenge. When a new calf is born, the entire herd gathers close, welcoming the fragile newcomer with gentle touches and protective circles. Older siblings and cousins serve as playful guardians, learning the skills they will one day need to raise calves of their own. Loss is felt keenly. When a member of the herd falls, elephants gather in solemn silence. Their trunks caress the bones of the departed, lingering as if in mourning before finally moving on together, never forgetting, always moving forward. Through droughts and floods, the matriarch leads her family, her wisdom shaping the fate of generations. Under her guidance, calves grow strong, learning the ways of the wild and the strength of unity. The herd's survival depends not on brute force, but on the ties of trust, memory, and love. In this world, power is measured not by dominance, but by care. Every elephant carries the story of its ancestors, and every day is a testament to the enduring strength of family. This is the heart of the herd, a living legacy, and the true power of kinship. Beneath the towering shadows of the world's great beasts, a quieter battle for survival unfolds. Here, in the margins of deserts, grasslands, and forests, Small mammals have perfected the art of endurance. Their secret lies not in strength or size, but in innovation, a mastery of burrowing, foraging, and evading predators. As the sun scorches the land above, life continues underground. Burrows, meticulously dug by nimble paws, offer a sanctuary from searing heat and biting cold. These subterranean labyrinths are more than simple shelters. They are complex networks, complete with multiple entrances, escape tunnels, and cozy chambers. Within these hidden strongholds, creatures like meerkats, ground squirrels, and jerboas find refuge, raise their young, and store precious food supplies. Foraging is a daily test of strategy and memory. Some, like the agile kangaroo rat, emerge only under the cool cover of night. With acute senses, they scour the landscape for seeds, roots, and insects, hoarding what they can, always wary of danger. Others, such as the shrew, rely on relentless movement and a lightning-fast metabolism, consuming nearly their body weight in food each day to fuel their survival. Predator avoidance is a dance of vigilance and cunning. Watchful eyes scan the sky for circling hawks or the silent approach of a snake. At the first hint of danger, a high-pitched alarm call sends the colony diving for cover. Some employ deception, mimicking the calls of other species or freezing motionless to blend seamlessly with their surroundings. In the open plain, speed is everything. A sudden dash can mean the difference between life and death. Through every challenge, these small mammals have adapted to thrive where others might falter. Their resilience is woven into the very fabric of the wild, proof that survival does not always belong to the biggest or the strongest, but to those who master the art of living on the edge. In the vast theatre of nature, even the smallest actors play a vital role, shaping the ecosystems on which all life depends. Each year, as the seasons shift, the skies become highways for millions of birds embarking on one of nature's most astonishing feats, migration. From the icy tundra of the Arctic to the lush wetlands of Africa, flocks surge across continents, tracing ancient routes that span thousands of miles. For these avian travelers, navigation is a marvel of instinct and adaptation. Guided by the sun's arc, the stars' constellations, and even the Earth's magnetic field, birds such as Arctic terns make an epic round-trip journey from pole to pole, over 40,000 miles in a single year. Alongside them, bar-tailed godwits fly non-stop for over a week, crossing vast oceans without pause, relying on fat reserves stored in anticipation of the ordeal. Endurance is the currency of survival. Wings beat tirelessly against headwinds, while bodies grow lean as energy is spent. Each migration is a test. Storms loom, bringing sudden turbulence and rain. Mountain ranges rise, forcing birds to climb to dizzying heights where oxygen thins and temperatures plummet. Some falter, succumbing to exhaustion or injury. Others fall prey to raptors that shadow their passage or face the peril of shrinking habitats, wetlands drained, forests lost, and cities sprawling across ancient stopover sites. Yet the promise of new life drives them onward. In the north, melting snow uncovers a banquet of insects and seeds, perfect for raising chicks. In the south, milder climates offer refuge from winter's grip. Along the way, migratory birds connect distant worlds, spreading seeds, pollinating flowers, and shaping the health of entire ecosystems. Their journey is not just a passage from one place to another, it is a story of resilience and unity, woven across continents and generations. With every beat of their wings, migratory birds remind us that the wild is boundless, and that the rhythms of nature transcend borders, linking the globe in a cycle of renewal and hope.